Getting ready to go. Tents covered in snow. I knocked most of it off, but there's some. I'll show you the view. Whew, got a lot. Looks like it might snow again. Wow, beautiful. Here's my tent spot. Surrounded by snow. You know, just some heavy machinery in the middle of the woods, right along the trail. Pretty view. Right off the trail. It's the Colorado River. First time we've seen it. The view from the place we're staying, apparently. Shadow Cliff Hostel and Lodge. Woo! Cannot beat this. Wow. We made it to Grand Lake, going to get some dinner, and I'm actually on the CDT right now, walking back to town. Shadow Cliff Inn and Hostel. Really cool. Still got snow up here, but it is melting pretty quickly. Going over the pass. Need a little break. Of course. Yes. And it looks good going forward. Nice. Yay. burn area. And it's pretty cold. Making breakfast. Still in the burn area. And I think, I don't know if you can see, the mountain back there is what we're going to summit today. Hopefully not too much snow. It looks like there's a bit. Not as bad as yesterday. But apparently this is the last 12,000 footer that we have in Colorado. So that's something to celebrate after a month and a half. Okay, making breakfast. Showed you before. Yesterday, I guess I should mention though, going out of, where were we yesterday? Grand Lake. It was really tough in the snow. It was charming at first, but then that wears off because there were a lot of blowdowns. So we had snow, we had kind of like steep inclines, and then we had blowdowns to get over. So usually if there's like a bunch of trees in the way, you can kind of go up or go down easily if there's no snow. But yeah, there was snow, so kind of difficult. We only did like 13 or 14 miles yesterday, so hopefully we can pick up the pace today. We have our last, like I said, 12,000 footer, which is music to my ears. Just because we've done 12,000 footers almost like, you know, multiple times a day, every day or every other day. And so I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but this Boost Oxygen was really great for my altitude sickness over grace. I think I mentioned that before, but I didn't show you the product. So that's the product. Using it today. And yeah, look forward to our last 12,000 footer. And I'm planning to get off at Steamboat Springs because I have a permit for Mount Whitney. I have a date with Mount Whitney with some girlfriends. So gonna get off at Steamboat Springs, and then maybe next year when I get back on, not maybe, well, I hope to get back on the CDT next year, and the AT too. So I'll start at Steamboat and keep going north there. And I think I showed you guys footage of Grand Lake. Wanted to mention the hostel that we stayed in there, called Shadow Cliff. And it was on this cliff, so we had a really great view, and it was like $85 a night for a private room. There was room for 6 people in there, so really great deal if you're a CDT hiker, and if you have a big group, that makes it really cheap. There was like a grand hall, there's a kitchen, lots of tables, lots of books, like games. It was really cool. So anyway, if you're going through Grand Lake, I highly recommend staying at the Shadow Cliff. All right, we are going up there. Apparently there's a hut, you can kind of see it. Trying to avoid snow walking so my feet stay dry. Ooh, here we go. It's kind of a steep drop off right here. And I think we're going to be taking this ridge line down. Oh my God, we made it. The top. Oh, rough. Basically, as Snickers is demonstrating, had to go straight up on talus. Lovely, our favorite. It's talus and snow. But we did. If I could breathe, that'd be great. Ooh, take some of my oxygen. All right, finally finished our last 12,000 That's what you want to call it. 12,000 feet and over. How do you feel, Snickers?
I feel tired. Nobody was home.
Nobody's home.
I thought there'd be trail magic in here.
Oh man, tempting to stay in there, right?
So we could climb at 12,000 feet for nothing.
I know, it was all for nothing. This view, who cares about it? That's not what I wanted. I wanted trail magic. All right, we did it. Last one of Colorado. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. So, a lot of people ask me if sleeping in the woods is scary at night. And something that I was surprised by when I first kind of went out on my first backpacking trips and then the PCT is most of the time, this is how it sounds. It's so quiet. There's no wind. Yeah, so I just thought I'd talk about that because a lot of my friends and family members and people on YouTube and Instagram asked me, and it's something I was actually really surprised by. So I thought I'd give you an example of the peace and quiet out here. Alright, today's the last day on trail. Usually I'm sad about that, but I'm actually kind of happy to not hike Colorado anymore. I'll go more into that later, but we're hoping to meet up with our friend Stevie Wonder again. He met up with us in New Mexico, and now he's hopefully on his way to meet us. It's a little bit hard in this area going into Steamboat Springs to kind of see where people can park and that sort of thing. So yeah, hope to meet up with him today and be in Steamboat in the next couple days. All right, y'all, the hardest part of Colorado is done. Stevie is picking us up. Yes! In his lovely van named Ronnie.
Ronnie!
Yes.
Yeah.
How lucky are we? Okay, officially done with the CDT for the year. We're doing a little victory lap with Stevie Wonder. He met us on trail, and we are now at, this is on the CDT. We did a little, we're continuing on the CDT just for fun. This is Fishhook Lake. Really pretty. Nice the last night. The weather's great and a good camp spot for, yeah, the last night on trail. All right, in the van, and we're headed to Steamboat. All right, here I am post-trail. I am home in California, but I wanted to give you guys a little plan of what I want to do in 2022. So, got off in Steamboat, obviously, you saw that, and I plan to hop back on maybe after I do some of the AT. So I plan to do maybe April, May or so, hopefully 500 miles on the AT, and then hopefully I can hop on over with Snickers when he gets back on at Steamboat in the summertime. So thank you guys so much for following along my adventures in 2021. It was so great. Well, great and also not great because I recorded in Colorado was actually pretty tough, but I think it made me a better hiker. It was the hardest hiking I've ever done just because of like the altitude sickness and the ups and downs all day long. But definitely I wouldn't change it for the world. I just don't know if I'm gonna go back there to hike ever. But you know, it's so soon after. I think I'll feel differently in a year or two, but I'm excited to continue on next year, and I'm hoping to make it to Canada. And then as far as my Triple Crown goals, I hope to hop back on the AT in 2023 to officially finish my Triple Crown. So yeah, exciting stuff. I ended up getting a job back in finance that it seems like they're gonna allow me to take the time to finish my triple. So I'm very, very lucky. And I am grateful that you guys have followed along. So happy hiking and see you in 2022.